Good morning, and welcome to your AIDailyPress morning podcast for May 10th, 2026. I'm your host, Walter. Firstly, we're following the developments in British politics, where the traditional party system is facing a significant challenge from populist and nationalist parties. The recent local council elections saw Reform UK, led by Nigel Farage, make significant gains, while the Labour Party suffered heavy losses. We'll be keeping an eye on how the traditional parties respond to this new challenge. In other news, US President Donald Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping are set to meet in a highly anticipated summit, which could have far-reaching implications for global trade and geopolitics. The meeting will focus on key areas of contention, including tariffs, export controls, and rare earth shipments. We'll be providing continuous coverage of this developing story, bringing you expert analysis and insights as more information becomes available. And finally, we're reporting on a significant development in Hungary, where the government has announced plans to introduce new measures to support the country's economy. The move comes amid growing concerns about the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on global trade and commerce. These are just a few of the major stories we're following today. We'll be bringing you more updates and analysis throughout the day, so now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
You, Walter, and then shall and know it's right now. Good morning, I'm Barbara, and welcome to today's edition of the AIDailyPress morning podcast. We're bringing you updates on 3 significant developments from around the world. Firstly, we're following a developing story about a cruise ship outbreak where hundreds have been affected by a highly contagious virus. The situation is being closely monitored by health authorities and will provide updates as more information becomes available. Secondly, the conflict between Israel and Hezbollah in Lebanon continues to escalate, with multiple airstrikes and drone attacks reported over the weekend. Despite a ceasefire agreement reached on April 16th, violence persists, and the international community is urging both sides to exercise restraint and work towards a peaceful resolution. Lastly, the United Kingdom has announced that it's sending a warship, HMS Dragon, to the Middle East to potentially join an international mission safeguarding shipping in the Strait of Hormuz. This move aims to restore confidence in the critical trade route, which has been impacted by the conflict between the US and Iran. We'll continue to bring you updates on these developing stories as more information becomes available. In the meantime, our thoughts are with those affected by the outbreak, the families of those caught in the violence, and all parties involved in the conflicts. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. Intel has made significant progress in its manufacturing capabilities, including shipping its Panther Lake processors built on its 18A process node, a milestone achieved before rival TSMC has fully rolled out its own SEC-NM chips. Additionally, the company's foundry business is gaining traction, with a preliminary chip-making agreement with Apple and support from the US government to boost domestic chip manufacturing. However, despite these advancements, Intel's own 8A processors have not yet made a significant impact in the market, and the company still faces intense competition from rivals like NVIDIA and AMD. Experts, including Nicholas Burns, former ambassador to China and professor of diplomacy and international relations at Harvard University, emphasize that the key to Intel's success lies in its ability to execute on its promises and deliver real market wins. As the chip sector continues to sizzle, with top gainers including Intel, Micron, NVIDIA, Broadcom, and AMD, investors should remain cautious and monitor the company's progress closely to avoid getting caught up in hype. It's essential to maintain a long-term perspective and not get caught up in the excitement surrounding Intel's stock. We'll continue to follow these developments and provide updates as more information becomes available. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. In our recent coverage, we've explored 3 distinct areas: space exploration, financial analysis, and environmental discovery. Firstly, NASA's Curiosity rover has marked 6 years of exploring Mars. providing invaluable insights into the planet's geology and potential habitability. The rover's journey highlights the complexities and challenges of interplanetary exploration, including the unexpected wear on its wheels from the Martian terrain. In a different part of our solar system, researchers have been studying the Arctic seafloor, uncovering the rich biodiversity that thrives in this harsh environment. This study underscores the importance of exploring and understanding our own planet's ecosystems, which often mirror the alien landscapes we seek to discover elsewhere in the universe. Lastly, in the world of finance, Ring Energy, Inc. and Bridger Aerospace Group Holdings, Inc. have released their Q1 earnings reports, showing promising results, but also emphasizing the need for caution due to forward-looking statements. It's a reminder that navigating the financial landscape requires a balanced perspective, considering both the potential for growth and the risks involved. As we continue on our journey of discovery, whether it's through the lens of space exploration, environmental science, or financial analysis, the AI Daily Press remains committed to bringing you the latest insights and updates. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. Good morning, everyone. First off, in the realm of golf, all eyes are on the intense competition as athletes give it their all. The question on everyone's mind, will Khamzat Chimaev hold his nerve, or can Sean Strickland mount a comeback? In other news, the baseball world is mourning the loss of Hall of Fame manager Bobby Cox, who passed away at 84. With an impressive career spanning 29 seasons and numerous accolades, including a World Series title in 1995, Cox left an indelible mark on the sport. Lastly, tonight's UFC 275 event promises to be an explosive encounter between Khamzat Chimaev and Sean Strickland. The bad blood between them is palpable, setting the stage for an intense contest when they step into the octagon. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curral.
Thank you, Howard. Firstly, we reflected on the tragic events surrounding a bear attack in a national park, where a hiker lost his life. This incident serves as a poignant reminder of the importance of respecting wildlife and their habitats. We also delved into the story of a severe storm that affected several states, causing widespread damage and power outages. The resilience and community spirit displayed by those affected are truly inspiring, and we're grateful for the bravery of the emergency responders who risked their lives to help others. Furthermore, we examined the growing concerns about press freedom in Somalia, where journalists have been facing increased pressure and intimidation from authorities. The detention and beating of 3 journalists, including Mohammed Bulbul, Abdihafid Norbare, and Abdishakur Mohammed Mohamud, are a stark reminder of the dangers faced by those who bring us the news. Lastly, we touched on the story of a viral social media challenge that has been raising awareness about mental health. While the challenge has sparked important conversations, it's essential to approach these discussions with sensitivity and respect for those who may be struggling. These stories highlight the complexities and challenges of our world, but also the strength and resilience of humanity. As we move forward, let us continue to prioritize empathy, understanding, and respect for one another. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. Let's dive into the latest entertainment news. First up, we have an update on the romantic comedy front. The film You is not mentioned in our previous articles, however. The Sheep Detectives starring Hugh Jackman is expected to arrive on Prime Video by mid to late June, following a typical 5-6 week theatrical window. If you're looking for a light, fluffy romance, you might want to consider You or another film, as The Sheep Detectives is actually a family comedy. In music news, the Grammy Hall of Fame has announced its latest inductees, including Janet Jackson's Rhythm Nation, 1814, Tupac's All Eyes on Me, and Radiohead's OK Computer. These albums have had a significant impact on the music world and continue to be celebrated by fans today. We also took a look at the box office performance of The Sheep Detectives, and another film, You, was not mentioned in our articles, but You is not The Sheep Detectives. The latter has already grossed $7 million in its opening weekend, and is projected to reach $16 million domestically. Thanks for joining me on the AI Daily Press Morning Podcast. Stay fabulous and keep on streaming. Note: since there was no article about the movie You, I did not include it in the summary. If you want to add it or any other information, please let me know. Now, for the latest in nature and environment, here is David Attenacher.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, we reported on a conservation success story from Kenya, where efforts to protect the endangered bongo species are showing promising results. The story serves as a beacon of hope for collective conservation efforts, reminding us that patience, dedication, and a deep understanding of ecosystems are crucial for the survival of these magnificent creatures. In contrast, a tragic incident occurred off the coast of Miami, where a possible boat explosion and fire left 11 people hospitalized with severe injuries. This shocking event underscores the importance of boating safety and adherence to guidelines when interacting with the marine environment. We urge all boaters and water enthusiasts to exercise caution and follow safety protocols to prevent such incidents in the future. Lastly, we reflected on the delicate balance between human activity and the natural world, emphasizing the need for responsible behavior and environmental sustainability in our interactions with the ocean and its inhabitants. As we continue to develop and expand our presence in coastal areas, it's essential that we prioritize sustainability and stewardship of our natural resources. And that completes our morning podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until this evening, I'm David Attenacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.